Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas day 16. If you're new here, hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a K-5 STEM teacher and ed tech coach in Los Angeles. I post weekly tech tutorials for teachers, and during this period called Vlogmas, I'm doing a new video every single day in December up until Christmas. Right now, I'm also doing a video series, a mini series really, on morning meeting. So if you haven't checked out those videos, I'll be sure to have them linked in the video description down below. But basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a new video about the different stages of morning meeting. So first I covered, what is morning meeting? What's the importance of morning meeting? Then I created a video with some morning greeting ideas, morning share ideas, and then of course today is the last video and it is about morning game and activity ideas. I'm really excited for today's video because I think that these games are just so much fun to play with students. I know I love playing them with my students and I hope that you guys will too. So without further ado, let's get started. So my very first game idea is to play Guess Who with your students. Guess Who is a hit. I love playing Guess Who with students. It's just so much fun. The way that it works is that I, as the teacher, will draw a student's name from a jar. So I might use popsicle sticks or whatever you usually use to call on students. So I'll draw a student's name and I won't tell anyone in the class who I've drawn. So it's a complete secret. Only I know as the teacher whose name I've drawn. And then students will then take turns asking yes or no questions to figure out who I am. So for example, they might ask a question like, do you have black hair? Or do you have brown eyes? Or do you play soccer? And so they'll take turns asking questions until they actually guess who I am. I like to do it so that each student in the class gets to ask one question, but I've seen some examples where teachers will do 20 questions total. It's kind of up to you, but I do like to give every student in the class a chance to ask a question if they'd like to. So like I said, Guess Who is just a big hit. It's really fun to play with students, and I'd highly recommend you check it out and play it with your students during morning meeting. Next, we have This or That. This or That is a game that is just very popular during morning meeting. I didn't make it up. I technically didn't make up Guess Who either, but This or That is really fun. If you watched yesterday's video, the morning share video, I talked about doing would you rather shares with students. This is kind of similar, but basically the way that it works is that you'll have a this category or a that category. So for example, I might ask students whether they prefer apples or they prefer oranges. And so the students who prefer apples, they would all go to the apples side of the room. And then all the students who prefer oranges would go to the oranges side of the room, and then we'd figure out which side either this or that wins. Now you can also play this game with students virtually. So students can start off with their cameras off, and you could say something like, if you prefer apples, please turn your camera on. And then all the students who prefer apples will turn their camera on. Then you can have students all turn their cameras off again, and you can say, if you prefer oranges, please turn your camera on. They will then all turn their cameras on, and you can count the actual faces in each section and figure out if this or that wins. Next, we have Secret Code. I think that this is a really great activity for students to practice new vocabulary words, their spelling words. The way that it works is as the teacher, or you could even have your morning leader do this if you feel like it's age appropriate for your students. I will actually think in my head of a word, and I will write out a specific number of blanks on the board. So a blank for every letter in the word. And students will then take turns guessing different letters to actually figure out what the secret code is. This is a really fun way, like I said, to practice spelling, vocabulary words, and students love trying to figure out what the mystery or the secret code might be. If you're teaching remotely and you don't have access to a whiteboard, you can play this game on Zoom by actually using the virtual whiteboard that comes on the screen. You can also just type blanks if you prefer, but like I said, this is a really great game that you can play in person or for virtual teaching. Then lastly, we have my Brain Breaks mystery game. If you watch some of my other videos, you know that I love this game. I think it is a hit and other teachers totally agree. So I'm gonna have a video of it right here playing for you while I explain it. But basically the way that it works is it has this sort of almost like a Jeopardy style interface or game board where students can actually click on a button and discover their Brain Breaks mystery challenge. So I have this game themed for winter, I have it for fall, I have a generic one. But you can make your own too, of course. So I will have that linked in the video description down below in case you'd like to check it out. But like I said, you can totally make something like this if you're teaching in person. You can have students actually go up to your computer or to your smartboard if you have one of those, and they can just click on a button and discover what their challenge actually is. If you're teaching remotely, you can do the same thing. Either you can click for students, or you can actually give a student remote control access of your screen so they can click the button themselves. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed my morning meeting activity ideas, my morning meeting games. If you liked this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Like I said, I post weekly tech tutorials for teachers. I'm doing VLOGMAS right now, new video every single day, so there's tons and tons of content for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, like I said, and if you want to check out more, you want to learn more about my morning meeting ideas, I will be sure to have all of those videos linked in the description down below, so be sure to check that out, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye, friends.